Hi everyone, it's Jenny Dang. I'm currently in Japan. For dinner tonight we're having crony. Let's see if it's worth the travel.
Welcome to Chrony tonight. Thank you for coming. So there are today's menu, and also our concept card is inside. So our restaurant Chrony means lifelong friend or very close friend. And today's name is in Japanese we say Gyokuro. Gyokuro is a kind of green tea from the Kyoto. And this tea has a little bit of umami flavor. This tart is Halloween style. It's puree with some basic uni in the sea urchin. And top is also pumpkin chips. So this is actually very fragile. So if you can please eat in one bite, great. This is a potato soufflé. It looks like a balloon-sized potato chips, but we made only one slice of potato. We inflated it, so we need some techniques. So our staff calls this dish super technical potato chips. On top is some truffle, and this I just please eat by hand. So next is a Japanese chestnuts tartlet with some chestnuts puree and shaved chestnuts. And top is a chestnut dumpling. And with some honey is also from chestnut flour. So everything from chestnuts. So this is also very fragile. So if you can please eat bite again.
Next is a pancake. Inside is a beef cuisine and coconut inside. So it is a little cut, so please be careful.
So the next one will be coming over as hot pudding of the sesame. So there's So first up there's the sweet shrimps from the natto, and so topping with some caviar. The flavor with osmond, so they know kimchi steak. So very nice the flour flavor. So the sauce I use with broth from the sweet shrimps. The flavor with the same sauce.
This is some kind of wild mushroom, pan-seared wild mushroom, and the rest is mushroom is puree. The sauce is a mushroom with soup. The top is looks like mushroom chips. So actually this is a really hot. So could you take by hand, but please carefully.
So this one is used with masumi. Do you know masumi? From the Nagano region. So the masumi sake leaves with this butter. So that's a bread is with kuncho. The kuncho is a very famous sake maker in the Kyushu area, from the Oita prefecture. So very nice sesame from the Kagoshima prefecture, the Kyushu area. The under one is the hot pudding of the sesame. With this one is a salmon roll. So we call the sujiko. The next one is a fish pasta. This one is a roasted seaweed from the Wakayama prefecture, near the Osaka.
So this main course is a Wagyu loin from the Kochi prefecture. And the side is a lotus root It's a deep fried lotus root like a dumpling. And the sauce, the base is a beef stock with some apple vinegar. And we already put salt on the beef, but there are some extra salt, this extra. So if you need, could use this salt. And this black puree is a black garlic puree. So please use for accent. あとデザートがいくつか。
First brewty, the second brewty used with ice cream, and the third brewty with the dried tea leaf powder. So sauce, this one is a mini.
You are having our vegetables. So the green oil on the top is Gyoja Ninniku. So which is the Sansai or wild Japanese spring vegetable.
Next is cheese dish. So it is made with blue cheese from Hokkaido prefecture. So it looks cute, but it's dangerous cheese. So please take it in one bite.
Only Japanese honey. And all Japanese honeybees are declined because of pesticide. They are pollinated. So farmers have to protect them. So this farmers need to miss some is needed.
The first dessert is a shine mascot. It's a kind of bread. So at the bottom is a panna cotta. The sauce is a hebesu noodles. So hebesu is a Japanese citrus. So please enjoy it together. The second dessert is ice cream. So there is a concept to this. The concept is sustainable. So we start the course with tea. So the first brew used to as tea. The second brew used to make this ice cream. And the third brew used to make under cookie. So we also use tea leaves when we make this cookie. So you can eat all without throwing it away. The sauce is mirin. So please enjoy it together. They are four small sweets. So this is a honey macaron and salted caramel and smoked Madeleine and it is Gâteau chocolate. So Gâteau chocolate and salted caramel is very cold. So please eat quickly. Okay?
Thank you, Crony, for the heartwarming meal. Now it's time for my rating to see if it's worth the travel. I love how each dish fits in with the concept perfectly. Every course created a sense of warmth and comfort throughout the meal, as if I was enjoying dinner at a friend's home. So for the food, I rated a 4 out of 5. The tasting menu comes in at 22,000 yen, which is about $150, making it a 4.5 out of 5. The entire staff is wonderfully knowledgeable and friendly, and I appreciate the unique touch of having each course presented by a different member of the team, including the chefs. The service is definitely a 5 out of 5. The restaurant is in a fantastic spot for tourists. It's near the popular Roppongi area and within 10-minute walk of the famous Tokyo Tower, so it's a 5 for location. The overall rating is 4.62, which makes it worth international travel. So it doesn't matter where you're traveling from, Crony is worth the visit. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.